Hi there guys, my name is Craig from Slightly Unusual, and on today's vlog I'm going to be talking to you about the best time to book a close-up magician for your wedding. Okay, so first of all, congratulations. If you're watching this video, it means that you've decided to have a close-up magician for your wedding. Congratulations and kudos. It's probably one of the best decisions that you've made. So the next decision you have to make is when to have the magician. Now, first of all, I want to tell you there's no right or wrong answer. You guys know your wedding better than me or any other magician in the country. So it's really you guys that need to decide this. But there are 4 common times that magicians get booked to do close-up magic, and I'm going to go through all of these times with you right now. Number 1, during the photos and the champagne reception. Now this is really popular because the thing with the photos, it's only immediate family that's involved, and everyone else is kind of standing around a little bit bored, to be honest. They're probably hungry because they've starved themselves because they're not going to go eat loads at the wedding, and they're waiting to go into the wedding breakfast. So it's a great time to have a magician mingling around. What a magician will do at this time is they'll do what they call mix and mingle magic. So they'll go from group to group to group, they'll perform to one group, then another group, then another group, and it's a great way to really keep the energy up and keep people excited before they go into the wedding breakfast. The other advantage of this is it's a great conversation starter and it's a great icebreaker. It brings groups of people together. If you're performing to one group and another group comes over, they've now got something to talk about. It works really well. There is a negative though, and the negative is the bride and groom are normally so busy being superstars and having everyone shake their hand, sometimes they don't have a chance to actually go and see the magic themselves. Now this isn't an issue for everybody. We had a very bizarre phone call a couple of months ago from a bride who booked us to perform close-up magic at her wedding, and she said, "I hate magic, I hate it, but I've seen you at 2 weddings now and I've seen the reactions that the guests have, and I want my guests to get that reaction as well." So if you don't care about seeing the magic yourself, having it during the photos and the reception is a great idea, but if you want to see it, sometimes you might need to consider that you might be a little bit too busy. Number 2. During the wedding breakfast. This is my personal favourite time to do close-up magic. It's during the wedding breakfast, which means you have a magician going from table to table to table, performing to one table, then to another table, then to another table. Now this is really great for a couple of reasons. The first reason is, no matter how hard you work on your table plan, you're not going to have everybody on that table that knows everybody else. So having a magician go from table to table, again, just like before, it's a great conversation starter, it's a great icebreaker, but it really does bring the whole atmosphere in the room up. Everyone's clapping, everyone's cheering, tables going, woo! And you have other tables saying, "Come to me next, no, hang on, let me go to this table, then I'll come over to you." It just works really well. And not many forms of entertainment work during a wedding breakfast. It'd be a bit random if a band suddenly started playing, but because magic is so unobtrusive, it works really well in this environment. And the nice thing is, because the bride and groom are kind of just sat there on the head table, we get a chance to do a special routine for the head table. We will always perform a special trick for the head table, and the only way that you can actually see that trick is if you book us to perform at your wedding, because the only time we do it is whilst we're performing on the head table. So it's a really popular time to have magic. It works really well. No negatives really. It's a great time to have magic during the wedding breakfast and before the speeches start. Number 3, the third option is during the lull and the arrival of the evening guests. And what I mean by the lull is that period of time where everybody's walking around with nothing to do. They've just been kicked out the main room because it's going to get turned around and the DJ and the band need to set up, and so they're kind of walking around the bar area, or they're going back to their rooms, and evening guests are arriving as well. If you're not careful, what can happen is your wedding can turn into a scene out of The Walking Dead, because everybody's really full, they've just eaten an absolute load, there's nothing for them to do or nowhere for them to go, so they just kind of walk around like this. So having a magician during the lull is an amazing time to have a magician, because what it means is, again, you can keep the energy up. You can do mix and mingle magic, go from one group to another group to another group, and the other thing is, as the evening guests arrive, you can give them that wow factor. We call it meet and greet magic. Hey there, how you doing? Welcome to the wedding. My name's Craig, I'm the magician here. We've got a whole bunch of things planned this evening. Would you like to see a quick trick? Kind of give people that real wow factor from the first second they walk in. So that's a great time to have magic. The final time is during the evening reception. Again, the idea is you can have a magician mingling around during the evening reception, performing from table to table to table. If you're having a buffet, it's great because the magician can keep the tables busy that are queuing up for the buffet, or can keep the people entertained while they're waiting to get their food. Works really well. If you're going to have it during the evening reception, my advice would be to have it earlier rather than later, because later on you're probably going to turn the music up on the DJ booth, so that's probably going to get really loud. You're probably going to have a band on and people are going to be dancing. So it's a nice thing to do, but if you are going to do it, it's best to do it at the beginning of the evening reception, and perhaps even consider cross it over with the lull. So maybe have a 2-hour period at the end of the lull and as the beginning of the evening reception. That works really well. So there you go, that's the 4 different times that you can have a magician doing close-up magic at your wedding. I can't say this enough, but it's your wedding at the end of the day. If you've decided to have a magician, you probably have an idea in your head when you want them to actually go and perform, but it's nice to know there's a lot of different options. Now, if you haven't actually booked Slightly Unusual, or you haven't actually booked a magician yet, we'd love to have a chat with you and talk through the various options. You can call me directly on the office phone, that's 0333 301 3002. You can hit me up on Facebook, just go onto the Slightly Unusual page and message us, or alternatively, you can go on the website www.slightlyunusual.co.uk, go on the weddings page, fill in the form, I'll get back to you with a no obligation quote, and I can call you up with a consultation if you want me to as well. Whatever you end up doing, congratulations on having a magician at your wedding. I think it's a great idea, and you know, whether you book Slightly Unusual or somebody else, I hope your wedding is absolutely amazing. Do me one last favour and make sure you subscribe to this channel, because we put daily magic videos out. So if you're a magic fan and you want to see some crazy magic videos, hit the big red button below, hit subscribe, because that way you'll be notified when we actually upload a new video. My name is Craig from Slightly Unusual, and I'll see you tomorrow.